Hardinsburg, Kentucky at US 60 Dragway. And let me tell you something, this track has made some major improvements. As you can see, the surface is brand new. The tractors are getting after it, getting the surface ready for radial tires, and those cars will be in the lanes at any time. Again, I'm Kayla Morton with FloRacing, and we are so happy to be bringing you the live coverage for Battle of the Thrones at the Radial Outlaw Series. I just want to take a minute and talk about this racetrack. I was here 5 or 6 years ago for a no prep race, and this facility is almost unrecognizable. The Mattingleys have put in so much time, work, and money to make this facility what it is, and you can't even tell that it used to be what it was. There's asphalt everywhere, the tower is brand new, the surface is brand new, and it just feels so welcoming here at this facility. So if you have a chance to come out this weekend and check out US 60, you absolutely should. Let's talk about why we are here at US 60. This race was originally scheduled in March for Rockingham Dragway. It was supposed to be a points race. Now it's not. That facility wasn't quite ready to accommodate all these radial tires, so we rescheduled it here for US 60, and I'm super happy about it. It's really cool, and there are lots of cars here, and we should definitely be able to put on a show. It was originally supposed to be a points race, and there are two classes that are continuing to race for points, X255 and Wicked Gangster, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but we'll get that to you as soon as I know for certain. Other than that, the classes here are racing for funsies and, of course, one of the iconic thrones. And if I won one of those things, let me tell you, it would be at the head of my dining room table. We'll show you what those look like later today. Let's go over tonight's schedule for the Battle for the Thrones. We're going to lead off with Wicked Gangster, one of the classes that are still racing for points here. Then we have 6.0 Index, No Billet 10.5, which is kind of a new class and really starting to accumulate some cars. No Time class, Pro Truck, then X255, Ultra Street, Extreme Street, X275, LDR, and then we will finish off tonight's qualifying schedule with Pro 275. Testing is over. We're going right into qualifying. We're scheduled for one qualifying round, but this is a Ducks race, so you never know what you're going to get. We're going to fly by the seat of our pants. We're definitely getting in Q1, maybe a Q2. Who knows? It's always a toss-up, but we're here to have fun. The cars are going to be in the lanes at any time. The tractors are finishing up their work, and we will be racing before you know it. Thank you for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen out there, we are ready to get here. Let's get our Gangster X. Gangster X, lanes 5 and 6, please. Gangster X, lanes 5 and 6. Danny will move overflow if we need to. We have 41 or 42 tech cards. So Gangster X, you are up first. Go to stage in lanes 5 and 6, please.
right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the incredible and beautiful US 60 Dragway. Race cars battle for the thrones right here. Duck is in the house. The family. Jackson in the house. Everybody's enjoying life. That's what it is. Enjoy life. Man, you know what I mean? It's all new. It's a brand new category.
Josh racing for a paint job.
Back to the action right here. Look at that Chevrolet Camaro, man. Lighting the hides up in the right side. Levi Mattingill. I apologize. It's not family. It's just someone that stole the name, but it's okay. How about that wagon in the left lane, Wade? Check that out.
How about Rusty Ellis, man? I tell you what, I love those Fairmont wagons. They make great race cars.
Funny, you know, funny he's talking about Rusty Ellis when he was just talking about Rusty Washer, but I'm going to tell you what, it's awesome to watch that wagon do its deal. Little WD-40 will do you. I love Wade Mooney. If you haven't noticed, I'm so glad he's here today, this weekend. Here we go, Chevrolet of Levi Mattingly. Right there, Mattingly gets off on the green, finds himself just on a solo pass here. And we say cars commute, but wagons haul. You don't have to deny it. Jeb Bolliard is in the house here, and I'm so happy to see him, man. Last time I seen Jeb was in Valdosta, Georgia. Mike Hill's race. Anyway, so with that, the lights flying green. Here comes C.J. Cobble. And Chris, who?
That's Chris Turner. If you don't recognize Chris, he's won Alabama down there a couple times in 550. Didn't do so well this year in the new 530 class, but Chris is all the way from Clinton, Tennessee, and like I say, he kind of owned us at East Alabama for a couple years.
Check that out, man. Ripping the Buick up, the Regal in the right side, lighting the hides down there in the right lane. Turner will be down there in the left lane. C.J. Cobble out of Lewisburg, Tennessee, the purple Mustang, backing up into the hot rubber, laid down on the burnout, and we shall see.
So I was talking to Chris down earlier in the pits, and I said, well, how'd you do at Bama? And he said, well, not too good. I was having trouble slowing it down. And then he said, yeah, and I think that first round that Maddie girl put it on me on the tree, so I couldn't have won anyway.
Man, you're talking about that Maddie girl that races that little gold Nova. Man, that young lady can drive.
Yeah, she'll be up in a minute.
Straight up and get it done. A treat to watch. Double duty. She racing double duty this weekend?
No, she only brought the blue Camaro for this. She did not bring Goldilocks. Yeah, brought the
Scott Tidwell machine. So this may be good luck to her. This my T-shirt. There we go. Ford versus GM. Buick gonna get out there. Just let them run out. Let them run out of your life, right? Look at this. Down to the stripe. Not bad at all. Left lane looks to get there first. 6-0 to 5 and 6. 6-0. It's your fourth call of the lanes. 5 and 6, please. First call, no billet.
Look who we got over there in the left lane, all the way from the Bradenton, Florida area. Long distance tow award.
Junior, man.
Junior. I tell you, that boy's something. He'll drive anything, won't he?
Oh, and he's good.
Yeah.
I always tell the story when he was a young guy in Orlando. I was doing a race in The ice was there, trailer, fixing things, and Shannon Jenkins, and he went up. Hank, you read these spark books? He had his dad's spark book. He just thinks so young, and now to see him today and to know him and his dad, it just one of those things that you just set in your mind, like, you know, this was so meant to be. It should be, as they go out there and try to get their best to the stripe down there.
Got Ducky Johnson coming up left lane, Al. I think Ducky doing double duty this weekend, both the gangster car and the X car.
No billet, 10-5 to 3 and 4, please. No billet, 10-5 to lanes 3 and 4. No billet, 10-5 to 3 and 4, please. Here we go. Chevrolet Corvette coming up here of Dean Vaughn. That's the man, I'm telling you what. Sardinia, Ohio. Sardinia, Ohio. Sardinia, is there Sardine? Sardinia. It's Sardinia.
Funny
That's
how
he told me it. I heard him say the name,
okay,
but I'm just trying to make sure.
It's funny when you go to different states how, you know, the names are pronounced differently or maybe spelled. I live near a town called Center, spelled C-E-N-T-R-E instead of the other way. You know, it's really weird how they go to different places and they spell and pronounce different things.
No, I'm looking at you because I'm trying to think of a comeback for that.
Okay.
It happened to come off of the British boats back in the day. East Coast. You know what I mean? And if you really look close, you can see, like, all right, go ahead. There goes Ducky Johnson, the Chevrolet Nova, getting down there to the stripe first. But I would tell you what, like Jackie Onassis would probably have said that when they came in on the ship, they didn't. All right, Wade. How about Josh Arnold coming up here in the? Are those the Monaco rims? Is that what those are? The old Monacos, or is it just a gold dipped rim? No, it's not. It don't have the circles. The Monacos had the circles. Monocoque or Monaco, whatever they are.
What do you think about this Camaro over here in the right lane?
I like it, man. It's got that vinyl top on there. Jacob Reichert coming up here. Reichert over there. It's, what is it, 68, 7?
68, no vent windows.
There you go. 7 would have the vent windows. So get a look over there. White with the vinyl top. Looks good. Let's see if it hooks up and gets its job done right here for the Chevy fans. Bow tie banging. Here we go. Forward in the left lane. Oh, yeah. Good drag race right here. Good drag race. That car's nice, man. I asked you in the stands, you know who that car is in the right lane?
I do. That's John Reaver out of Indiana.
That is a good-looking Chevrolet Camaro, man. And he's out of Fairland, Indiana. Left lane's going to be Jody Smith. Jody Smith out of Tell City, Kentucky. Chevrolet S10, left lane. And then 6-0, your final call. 5 and 6, you should be there. 6-0, final call. How about no billet 10-5 to lanes 3 and 4? No billet 10-5 to 3 and 4, your second call.
So Jody's out of Tell City, Kentucky. We've had a few racers from there. I wonder if that means they can't keep from Tell City.
Yeah, he's going to tell it all right here. Let's see if he tells that Chevrolet which way is to the stripe.
And the guy, his crew's lost a shoe, I think, out there.
No, are they Jimmy Choo?
Yeah, there he goes. He's still trying to put it on.
Dang, Jimmy Choo Crocs. They always do that. You know what I'm saying? No, look at how quiet it was, that run.
Sounded like a lot of new street cars going down.
I didn't even hear anything. I thought it was an electric car showdown for a second. Here we go, El Cabongo, man, 1965, coming up here in the right lane out of Kimmel, Kentucky. Kentucky, I believe.
Your favorite car and your favorite driver, Al, coming at you.
Cody Wiggins will be in the right side. How about that young lady in the right lane, left lane?
Oh, Maddie Malone.
I had my right arm.
Yeah, you know, I used to watch Maddie run junior dragster. She was badass back then.
Really?
Yeah, she was a great.
So just a naturally born gifted.
Naturally born. Like I say, my 2 index races, one for 10,000, one for 12,000. She made it semis both times. She is bad to the bone. Right lane, that Wiggins family, they're the Get 'em Performance Carburetor. In case you didn't know that, they make Get 'em Carburetor. Big time support deal.
With you on the Little Deuce Coupe down there, Kevin Wigan. Sorry about that. Tell City, Indiana. Another guy's going to tell us a story. And here's Levi Lyons out of Eastfield, Kentucky in the left lane. Ford Mustang will roll up there, cherry red.
Let's see your best Beach Boys imitation with Little Deuce Coupe.
She's real fine, my whale tail. Anyway, when they get ready to go down there, make it happen, 520. That's dial us in, FM, the oldies, the goodies, all day, all night. A 61 Chevrolet, check that out. 1961, I got a great 1961 Chevrolet story if anyone wants to hear it. My friend had a big block 396 he built in the garage, put it in the 61, he still has a car to this day. And he put a clutch in there, diaphragm clutch, and if you know anything about diaphragm clutches, that if you have a good motor running, they'll stick to the pull. So we're in a 4-lane, he's gonna race this guy on a highway. Out here in front, but it was a 4-lane, he's like, pushes it, it's a second here, and nothing happened. I hear bang, clutch pedal flies off the floor, the rubber grommet hits him in the crotch. We're in the ditch. I thought we were going to roll the car. He got hit so hard he just winded. Because the diaphragm clutch stuck to the floor. And then we learned that if you weld a few bolts on every corner of that, it won't do that anymore. Old school, old stuff, man. 61. That is a rat rod or whatever they would call that. What is that? The old paint jobs. Patina. And I bet you there's the guy who used to own that car right there with the rag in his pocket. See him?
He's like, Al,
yeah.
I used to, buddy. That's still my home.
Yeah, she still runs good, man. They closed the driving down, and we said we're going drag race.
You talk about 61. My stepfather, when they got me into the sport, he had a 61 Bel Air 6-cylinder.
Oh,
and
really?
One day on the way to work, he was going down a hill real fast. Well, he pulled me over. And he said I had to get going that fast so I could get back up the other side. They let him go.
Yeah, because she's going to stall out.
6-cylinder, 3-on-3.
That's pretty good. Was it that body shape right there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it.
All right, final call, no bill at 10-5, 3 and 4. Final call, no bill at 10-5 to lanes 3 and 4. No time pro truck to lanes 5 and 6, please. No time pro trucks to lanes 5 and 6, please.
Now we got Jake Bolin over in the right lane in his Ford Fairmont. And left lane is Shane Moses. Shane Moses, X275.
Athens, Tennessee, being a left lane. There's that. Is that a Granada? What is that? A Fairmont?
I believe that's Fairmont. That's what I called it. Could be a Zephyr. Could be a Granada. You're right. I forgot. They make the body style.
His grandfather would be proud right there with his car. Jake Bowling going down there. Look at that thing, man. Chasing the old Stang down to the stripe. One's going to get there first, and Shane Moses finds the stripe first in this wicked gangster category. Well, this guy's good.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Valdosta. Lights out, whatever. We go down there. This car, I've seen this car go laps and more laps than a lot of cars.
Bob Corin. But just want to let you know, Al, they've changed last month. This is 6-0 coming out.
Right now, the first two
pair was
oh, that would.
This is 6-0. Yeah. Look here. Double breakout there, 597 from the last year's Battle of Thrones winner down in Rockingham. And Bob Corin. Bob's won 6-0 what, 3 or 4 times.
Oh yeah, that guy can drive, man. I'm gonna just say it that way. Keep your eye on that Chevrolet out of Seville, Ohio. Here's Brad Kale, I believe Kale out of Tell City, Indiana. And Scott Carman out of Hardinsburg, Kentucky. He'll be over in the nice-looking S10 pickup truck in the right lane. Good-looking silver Malibu. Check that out.
Clean, isn't it?
That thing looks gorgeous, man. 79 or 8. You pick the choice. 6-0 the index. Here we go. Check that out. Wheel standing 6-0 S10. Going down there, can he run the number? That's the question. 618 to a 670. So he would have been closer to a 6-0, and he would have won it if that was an elimination round. And what's the margin? 56.
A little more than 500. Right lane got there first.
We drive tech. We drive the industry, going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me. proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see Fuel Tech everywhere.
On back roads and drag strips, farm fields, and the interstate, there's a movement growing. A movement of hardworking men and women that trust Hot Shot Secret to take care of their vehicles. It's the fastest growing diesel additive brand, but you don't have to take our word for it. Take theirs. Lab formulated, dyno tested, track and proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
All right, so once again, racers need not put your car away. We will go round 2 of qualifying today. There will be 2 rounds. We'll race till 11 o'clock p.m. So just to let you know, first 4 pairs of X255 to lanes 1 and 2. X255, the first 4 pairs to lanes 1 and 2, please. So a big thank you to Jerry Bickle Race Cars and all the fine people at Jerry Bickle Race Cars that make it happen. If you're looking for a new car, get on the order list now. Get yourself a new Jerry Bickle Race Car. No, and that's no kidding aside. I mean, it isn't like you can walk in unless they got a lot of used ones, but if you're going to order one, get on that list. Make it happen. Pro modified, whatever. How about the fine people from Fuel Tech? Thanking Fuel Tech and our Proline Racing engines. Eric Dillard, thank you for all you do for the sport of drag racing. LAT Racing Oils out of Orange, California. Good guys down there, really good guys. Good oil, good product. Utilized at Proline for all your racing applications. Mickey Thompson Tires in the grounds this weekend. I saw him down below. Chris down there with the brand new employee. I should have got her name.
The best looking tire changer I've ever seen at a racetrack.
She seemed like a very, very nice lady, didn't she? Anyway, so Mickey Thompson Tires is down there, and Boss X will be in the house later on. We'll tell you about throughout the weekend with all the great apparel that she puts together for all the radial tire families around the country. And you look good, you look stylish when you're wearing all that Boss X gear. So when that goes on sale, we'll tell you all about that throughout the weekend. Alan Johnson Performance Engines and all the fine people down there, we thank them for all they do for our Radial Outlaws Racing Series. And this is the Battle of the Thrones. And did you ever... Where are the thrones? Are they going to come out here soon so we can point them out? I know a lot of people love these chairs. I mean, it's a throne.
They're hiding down there in the tech barn, so if you went through tech like you're supposed to, they would have seen them. They're all wrapped up. Look at... Actually, you know what?
Very nice.
Jennifer was sitting dreaming of it. Yeah, there wasn't no if I win or when, you know, it was I'm on my way to Kentucky to get another chair.
That's a positive attitude, man. That's what it takes to be a great drag racer. Win or lose, you go in there thinking I'm going to take the world on and I will win. So good luck to Shane Stack and the whole family, him and his wife. Probably would like to put, you know, together a whole dining room set.
A little story for you.
All right.
Guess where Shane Stack met his wife? At my first index race.
Really?
Yep. I don't know if you remember, there's an old racer that used to race Horska and ran duck races early on, Tracy Shores. Who used to own the car that was Little Evil, that was so loud. Remember that car?
I remember that.
Well, that is his sister. And she came to the races that day because Tracy was one of my co-promoters. And they ended up meeting, and the rest is history.
Isn't that nice? That is, when it happens like that.
Yeah. Love at first bite, or light sight, whatever it was. I'm not sure. But, yeah, they make a cute couple, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Too Tall Jones and... Yeah, he's a good guy. Great drag racer, by the way. So you get a chance to watch him, the Red Malibu, a.k.a. the Thrill Billy, for many, many years. And I mean many years he's campaigned that car.
I used to say back in the day there wasn't a wall that car hadn't met yet. You know, and Shane would do whatever it took to get to the finish line first, whether it was bouncing off the walls or jumping over the center.
Take him any way you can get him.
Yeah, he did. Bad dude. And, now he's got Chris Terry helping him out. And if you don't know the name Chris Terry, you soon will.
Oh, yeah. He did well at the last Pro Mod race, didn't he?
Built that car himself.
Really?
That Jason Collins won in. That's a complete Chris Terry race car.
Chris Terry built that car?
Built that blue Camaro to look just like the one he used to run in Pro 275.
Wow, hat off, man. And then to go out and win an event the first year it's out.
Right. Second race ever, yeah.
And, we were talking about that back home. Someone saying, God, you see Jason Collins? I go, you see his lights? You see, he didn't have to have the fastest car. That guy can just drive.
I sent him a personal message on text, and I'm like, congratulations on the win. You were killer on and I just sent a picture of a tree. I didn't even spell it out. I mean, this guy was like 15, 18. Those are bracket delay box type lights this guy was cutting in a Pro Mod, a blower Pro Mod at that. Yeah,
good stuff. And I'm really impressed now. You told me he's such a quiet guy, Chris, right? Yeah. I mean, you got him to say hi, and this is the first time I've even heard him talk.
Right, he can talk, and I'm sure that his lovely wife, who is now pregnant, probably helped with that because she's very outgoing. So
she loves drag. Her passion for this sport, you would look out this window and watch her at any track. That girl loves the sport of drag racing.
Well, her dad was the famous David Lemon, who was an outlaw 10.5 in racer and chassis builder.
The old Nova back in the day.
Yeah, the old white Nova back in the day. And if you ever met Ashley, she's very outgoing and a super, super sweet young lady. And I think she's helped bring Chris out of his shell.
That's good. Good stuff. Hey, well, X255, first four pairs should be the lanes. Bill Kubiak, Robert Strong, Jimmy Harris, Dean Fluhart, Jonathan Inslee, Jeffrey Gariso.
I'm going to think that's probably Garrison that got cut
Garrison,
off
I'm sorry, Jeffrey Garrison, and Chris Tino and Cody Poston to the lanes. They should be there. First four pairs of X275.
You know, what's funny, Al, is 1, 2, 3, about 4 of those guys are from the state of Florida that you just named out there. And Florida, a big supporter of this class, used to be called Limited 235. Rules got changed over the year, and it became an official radio outlaw class. And now they're allowed 255 tires, so X255 is the name. So appreciate those guys traveling. It's not cheap these days, so we appreciate you coming up and spending that hard-earned money. And speaking of hard-earned money, how about that $1 million worth of tractors out there getting the track ready for you?
Absolutely. I watch that because, I run tractors for a living. And you said $1 million. There's 4 there. I ran one just the other day ago that's 1 for $1 million.
That was the one you were calling a Cadillac, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was saying, when you get off the little stuff and they throw you in a big one, you're like, wow. You can move mountains instead of just molehills.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there's our sponsorship, M&M. Thank you to M&M Transmission for sponsoring Pro 275 and LAT Oils for the Pro 275. They're splitting the sponsorship there. Dragwire for LDR. Thank you to Dragwire. PTE, Precision Turbo Engineering. Thank you to Precision Turbo Engineering for sponsoring X275. And Bennett is the ultra sponsor, Bennett Racing Engines. And S&S Diesel, no truck time, guys. SP Tools is our sponsor for X255. And VP Racing Fuel, the little Gangster X, I apologize. Or Wicked. What do we call him here this weekend? I apologize for that. But Wicked Gangster. Wicked Gangster. And we thank everyone that sponsors that. VP Fuels, thank you. Scott Tidwell Racing, also a sponsor for the Wicked Gangsters here this weekend. What do you got, Wade? I love the grin. You got a grin that could crack marble or grow carrots.
What I wanted to say is not appropriate for general television now, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
On television? Oh, the one-man wrecking crew. Jeb is back. He's a sprayer, the dragger, and the man that runs all the deals. Good guy. Here we go. We're going right back into some racing action with Austin Vincent coming up here. Central City, Kentucky. Vincent will be over there. Now, that's the car. Tell me the story, because I remember the car now.
Yeah, the famous Sam Vincent ran that car with a small block Ford for years, and was always involved in a little controversy. He was not a shy guy back in the Yellow Bullet days, the Yellow Bullet Forum and all that. And the one thing about it, Sam could usually back it up. Even though it is Ford, he could make it run, and that's his son. I saw his son make some of the first runs ever in that car at Bowling Green's a few years ago.
So Austin Vincent coming up. How about that? Not a hand-me-down, but a generational racer out of the family of the Vincent family. Will be rolling up in the left lane, trying to make a little shakedown right here in the 6-0 category. I apologize. So he's in the no billet category. 10-5, no billet 10-5. So that's where Sam Vincent will be racing, and I apologize. I didn't see it on the computer, but whoa, hang on to that little beast right there. Austin Vincent hangs on to it, goes down. The all right, so that shall lead us right into this is the S&S Diesel sponsored category of no time truck racing. So you won't see any times. It's from A to B. First one with a good hole shot and a good hook gets down to the stripe and takes it and puts it in the book as a champion here this weekend. All right, US 60 Dragway. What a beautiful place, by the way. That is a hat off to the owners. Been to a lot of tracks in 40 years. This is a very, very nice, well put together place. So Ray Morton, Jessup, Georgia, all the way from Georgia, ready to go. Here we go, gonna go into the lights right now. Jessup, or Ray Morton, excuse me. Wow, look at that thing. Uh-oh. A little wisp of smoke coming out of the right bank on that thing. Uh-oh. Someone just got back from the pilot truck stop. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Michael Dalton coming up here out of Cookerville, Tennessee. He'll be over there in the right lane. The diesel powered, sounded like a diesel to me, as the S&S Diesel Company sponsors this category of no time truck. We'll back up here. All right, listen up. First 4 pairs of Ultra Street Eliminator. Sean Pevler, Bob Cook, Dave Fiskus, Ryan Grigsby, Jesse Coulter, Stephen Lackey, Jesse Kernel, and Joe Klockner to the lanes. First 4 pair of Ultra Street to the lanes, please. They're going to build some boost right here. Watch the smoke come out. Wow, that thing's wicked, man. There might be 2 Cummins in that thing, one in the back and one in the front. Pony motor, you know what I mean? Yeah, that thing, that's the wind-up, back-up pickup. Remember that one back in the day? Had the old crank on it. Well, speaking of that, I'll tell you what, back there, Crowler always made a good one, too.
Mo Hall. How you doing, buddy? We going number 1? Probably not. Number 2? Hey, well, don't go 5th or lower. There's only 4 here right now.
Camera looking darker. That's just my monitor.
right, Bobby Dodrell left lane, the world's fastest 4x4 truck. Out of Decatur, Tennessee. He calls it Miss Misery. Used to be a mud racer, and that's what he called him back in the day. Got the big screw-blown Hemi on top. And it is a real full-time four-wheel drive. This man has spent, what, bud? 12, 13, 14 years, if not longer, perfecting this with the different tire size, gear ratios, transmission ratios. Man, if you get him talking about it, he will talk forever. And has to get out of it half track.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see fuel tech everywhere.
Redline oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
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 Formulated to win, proven by me.
We drive tech. We drive the industry. Going beyond the limits and advancing forward. A versatile all-in-one solution. We're here for you every step of the way. And that's why you see fuel tech everywhere.
On back roads and drag strips, farm fields, and the interstate, there's a movement growing. A movement of hardworking men and women that trust Hot Shot Secret to take care of their vehicles. It's the fastest growing diesel additive brand, but you don't have to take our word for it. Take theirs. Lab formulated, dyno tested, track proven. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
right, listen up. All call. Ultra Street Eliminator to the lanes. All call. Everybody on that list for Ultra Street, make your way to the lanes. Little track prep, and if you're new to drag radial racing, you'll notice that there is quite a bit of track prep, and that's to make those tires utilize the racing surface with the glue they put down and rubbing it in with the tractors and prepping it and giving everyone a fair shake at running the best they can right here at US 60 Dragway. Jerry Bickle Race Cars Battle for the Thrones here this weekend. Thank you to Jerry Bickle Race Cars and the fine people that put it all together for us as a sponsorship. Also, All right, Extreme Street to lanes 1 and 2. Extreme Street to lanes 1 and 2, please. Extreme Street to lanes 1 and 2. All right, here we go, right into X255, brought to you by SB Tools. First round of qualifying coming up. Bill Kubiak will be over there at Douglasville, Georgia. Bill Kubiak out of Douglasville, Georgia, in a striptease car over there in the left lane. Robert Strong coming up here, Pensacola, Florida, Monte Carlo. Good running car right here on the right side. Wade Mooney back into the booth up here, and it's always a pleasure to be alongside of him no matter where it is.
Robert is a longtime supporter of this class from the very beginning. I believe Kubiak might have dropped down for Wilson. But yeah, both guys traveling quite a ways to be here.
They ran good in Alabama, both of them did. So, and I wasn't there after the Sunday, so I don't know who won the thing, and I didn't go on the phone. Because, you know, sometimes you want to put the phone away because Monday's coming.
Right.
Here we go, man. Strong getting out there with a strong lead right off the starting line. No reaction time to brag about. 114 of the 60 foot. Gets down there 486.
That's a good run there for Robert.
That's
man.
a really good run. 486 at 143 miles per hour. We'll go to Bud later on as he'll go into computer and show us the records in these categories. Brings up more X255 competition. Here's Dean Fluhart. Jacksonville, Florida, coming up in the left lane. And who do you have on the right side there, Wade?
Jeffrey Garrison. And
of
all things, how about a Ford Maverick?
Let me tell you a story about this. I learned it in the staging lanes first thing when I got here.
All right.
I went up there and I said, I don't know who owns this car, but I got to tell you how cool it is. He goes, oh, I do. He goes, and he says, I remember, he goes, my dad used to race this car with his friend. And then he goes, then they quit. And he goes, it sat under a tree for 25 years in our yard. He goes, 25 years. Hold on, it's an intense story. We've even got reporters telling us about it. So he said, for 25 years, it sat under a tree. And I just said, Daddy, what are you going to do with that car? No, he didn't say it like that, but that's how I would have said it. He said he was 17 or 14 or 17. He started working on it, fixing it. And he goes, and I love the car. He goes, because the history. My dad and his buddy race. And I go, you know what reminds me of? The first ticket I ever got in my life was in a Maverick at 15 years old. Didn't have a driver's license. What did I do? Don't try this at home. I passed the school bus, not knowing with the sign out. Not knowing anything. Yes, sirree. Little gold Maverick, but right there we go. Jeffrey Garrison goes down 4.91 seconds in the Maverick, down on the right side. 141 miles per hour. You go, Jeffrey, Indianapolis, Indiana. And that Ford Maverick doing its deal. And how about Dean Fluhart goes down 502 at 135 miles per hour. This is X255, a tire designation. Some of the cars in the category will have a different size tire. The rules are a little different for some of them. Motor combinations and all the weights and all the stuff. All right, so the Ford Mustangs coming to life right here. Jonathan Inslee will be in the left lane. Inslee ready to go. Chris Tino out of Middletown, Ohio, in the right side. Tino hit the tire hard, man. That thing didn't want no part of no product of going down the track. He said, look, I'll have to watch on the left side, see how well he does. 501 down there. Extreme Street, we need you. Qualifying number 1, Extreme Street to the lanes. Qualifying session number 1, please. Boy, that thing's nice, man. Look at that thing. Cam Mays coming up here. That is a good-looking color in that car. Was that like a ocean spray cranberry color? What is that? I don't know how to put it in. I mean, it looks like a glass of ocean spray with a blueberry floating at the bottom.
All right, so what's the left-hand side look like?
Oh, look, they're even going to the trunk to see if there's ice in there.
Oh, that old school stuff there, man.
Cody Poston, he's got himself a good-looking green machine down there, that Ford Mustang out of Round Hill, Kentucky. Good-looking cars, man. Ready to go to work. Who you with, Wade?
I'm with left lane. I know Cody from the NMCA days and blew a motor down there in Alabama before qualifying even and it left early. I think he's on a little vengeance tour here.
We'll find out right here. It is X255, the category and qualifying round number 1. Is that Andy Mays behind that car? Remember the Chrysler, the Challenger? He had an orange Challenger.
He probably can't hear us right now because it's so loud.
Boy, is that bringing back memories from my old mind. All right, here we go. Ready to go. Cam Mays. Oh, Cam Mays. There you go, man. Cam May's not going to get out there, but it'll be the green machine of Poston down there to the top end. Hey, Andy, how you doing, man? God, it's been forever, dude. I go, is that Andy Mason? I see the name on the card. I go, oh, I guess it is. Is that your son? That's a baby? Unreal. Bless you. Man, if there was ever 2 dudes that were so cool in the sport of drag racing, he's one of them. And you remember the other one. And I want to put him in the same category. Remember Billy Midnight? Always rambunctious and always out there. You remember him?
I remember him.
Oh, take it easy, man. It's only an S10. If it was an S20, you could do stuff like that. Colt Scott down there, Hillsboro, right there in the left lane, going down. He has to coast down there, actually. He did 69 mile per hour charge down there in the left lane, but it was so cool, wasn't it? See Andy Mays. I'm telling you, man, I'm having an orange Challenger attack in my mind right now. That is a guy that was so dedicated to Mopars. Man, it was so cool. And I could see him handing that down, a hand-me-down of the Challenger to his son, and his son saying, Daddy, I'm gonna try a Ford. So Extreme Street should be in the lanes, please. Extreme Street should be in the lanes. Getting ready to go. We'll welcome you all to the US 60 Dragway right here. Beautiful facility. Got a lot of nice things going on. Is that the concession area, right? That beautiful building over there? God, isn't that nice? Everything looks good here. Hat off to the owners, man. I'm going to tell you what. All right, so Kevin Costner showed up today and said dances with tractors. That's what we're going to do and get them all prepped up down there. Make things happen and make the track the best it can be right here, US 60 Dragway, for the Battle for the Thrones. Brought to you by Jerry Bickle Race Cars. Thank you, Jerry Bickle. Thank you to M&M Transmission, Mark Mickey and all the guys down there in Missouri for their shifters, their transmissions, torque converters, everything that they bring to the table for you, the racers. Also, Dragway for the LDR category, PTE for the X275 category. That's Precision Turbo Engineering, or an engine, excuse me. Bennett Racing Engines for Alter Street. S&S Diesel brings you the No Time Truck here this weekend. SP Tools for X255. VP Fuels bringing you Gangster X and Scott Tidwell Racing, splitting that category down. Thank you to Scott Tidwell and all he does for the sport of radial racing, pro mod racing, and racing in general. All right, that young man just won the dance contest right there. You are the winner. What does he win? Tell him what he's won, Bob. All right, we're going to go right into first round of qualifying for Ultra Street Eliminators. They'll come out of the water box area. Well, that'll bring up Bob Cook. He'll be over in the right side out of Mokina, Illinois. It's a suburb out of Chicago, west of, a little southwest of. Sean Pevler down there, the Bennett Racing engine, nitrous oxide assisted. John Kalibas tuned machine. Kalibas down there standing in front of him many, many years. Kalibas and Bennett been together doing the great things of drag racing and building power plants. So let's see how they do right here. And being just a weekend, not even a full weekend away from the Kentucky Derby, brings back memories when I saw John Kalibas walk on the starting line at lights out and said, he looks just like the dude that whipped California Chrome to a victory down there. He's a good guy, man. Very good guy. Here we go. First pairing of Ultra Street. Little wheel stand there for Bob Cook. He lays her down. And look at that down there. Pevler, 4.48 seconds at 152 miles per hour. 453 at 157 for the wheel standing Cook Mustang in the right lane out of Chicagoland area. Brings up the next two Ultra Streets. Here's Ryan Grigsby coming up out of Baytown, Texas. Will be in the left lane. And Dave Fiskus in the 6-cylinder Buick-powered Mustang out of Batavia, Ohio. Cheeseburger is a Cheeseburger-owned car and Fiskus-owned motor drivetrain. Cheeseburger out in front of him. Fame to the tuners out there, and that guy's tuning 8 cars today. So Cheeseburger will back up this one and do his deal. In the left lane, Ryan Grigsby. Love that car, man. It's a good-looking Chevrolet Camaro. Take his time, get the smoke out of the cockpit, and let her fly. Yeah, we'll have to check that one out. I was just a little excited for the Chevrolet to go that fast. Jesse Coulter, number 1, will be coming up here shortly out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, in the green Mustang. 7 Lackey out of Columbus, Indiana, will also be up next with their run here in Ultra Street. So they will go there, the tech guys and the officials, check out Ryan Grigsby's run there and make sure the 60-foot, there's no way. But anyway, something either dragging in the lights or giving him that 409. All right, so Jesse Coulter on a single pass. And Jesse goes down 433.3 at 162 miles per hour, 101 at a 60-foot for him. Your champion right there doing his deal. Hey, listen up, if you lost a phone in the pits, come up to the second floor of the tower and describe it. Check out, make sure you got your phone. Going to bring up the next two cars in competition and qualifying. Joe Glockner out of Portsmouth, Ohio will be in the left lane. That's Chevrolet Camaro. Good looking car, man. Beautiful car. That's a Tin Soldier chassis built machine. Gorgeous car. Tim, a owner of many dealerships in the Ohio area for selling new cars. Cheeseburger down there tuning that thing, and to the right side it's going to be Jesse Colonel.
Want me to hit, drop it down one more?
And there we go. Colonel trying to hang on with him down there. Glockner has no part of it, man. He goes 43.6, 443.6, 156 miles per hour, 454.7 for Colonel in the right side. Nice run. Nice run the left lane. Love that car, by the way. Miranda Burris will come up now. Miranda Burris will be in the right lane looking down track, and that shall be Emily, Ohio. Lonnie Dyers will be over there in the Buick, I believe, right? Sure will. All right, so with that, the Mustangs rolling back out. Here is Joel Greathouse coming up here. Brunswick, Georgia-based racing team. He's over there racing in the, is that the Hull? I believe the Hulls own that car. If they did, they hired him to drive it. So Davey Hulls, or Charlie, or Bob, or Kelly Shortwell will be over here in the right lane, excuse me, ready to go in the white machine. Cheeseburger tuning, that's probably number 4 or 5 that he's tuning on this week, and he said there's 8 of them. Busy man right there. But well worth the price to get you to go fast. Those are what you need. You need the guys that really understand the tuning and how these power plants work, and how to make them hook up, and how to give them the power to hook up or take power away so they can get down track. We'll find out right here. Keep your eye on Joel Greathouse. Being the left lane, many-time champion. The sport of drag racing, small tire style racing, NMCA, NSCA, NMRA. He's been around the block a few times. Greathouse gets in, Shotwell's in, and the lights are down. Here we go. Wow, Shotwell put a moonshot to the sky with the Mustang in the right lane. Left lane, Greathouse going to go down there 439 at 161 miles per hour.
Missouri. That is Austin Howes in the HR Enterprises on-track recreation and fitness 17 racing rocket with a Durham racing engine under the hood.
What if I told you he's debuted a few weeks ago? He debuted a Longhorn with a Pro Power engine.
Well,
yeah,
looks like old DJ needs to update his announcing notes then.
Now,
Good stuff.
And honestly, that's what I had found that out today from his lovely wife. She gave the update there at registration. The 15 car, Clay Stuckey, he is in the Longhorn by Stuckey Clements powered entry. Advanced powder coating, mooring, transit, Lucas Oil, FiberTech laser cutting for Clay Stuckey. 1 win on the year. Came in the Mississippi State Championship Challenge Series down at Hattiesburg. And the ZT1 out there. Zach Taylor out of Springfield, Illinois, the Pro Power Racing Engine Rocket. Troy Page Excavating, Allgaier Performance Parts, Legacy Wealth Management Group. I could use some of that. Busher Racing Team and Abe's Hideout, all sponsors for Zach Taylor. Let's get the racetrack sealed up. They had to push trucks out there trying to make sure we don't build a cushion about halfway up the racetrack because there's a lot of moisture down low. And I tell you what, racetrack's coming in nicely. Man, I tell you what, DJ, my neck of the woods, we have gumbo. We have gray racetracks along Mississippi. You got red clay, and you don't get this black dirt in one of our areas.
No, and that's why I like coming out this way, right? This black clay is so awesome. It can also be sometimes very difficult to get this stuff run in as well, as we've seen a lot of places. And even here, the steepening, it stays so sticky all night long, or throughout the course of the night, that when you have a little bit of rain like we had earlier as the green flag wave, when you have kind of a persistent, I don't know if we want to call it a mist, a persistent spinning rain like we had here throughout the course of the late afternoon and early evening, can also make it a bear to try to figure this thing out and get it rolled in. But big hat tip to Bob Sargent Group. They did a really nice job here tonight.
He's not a Baron, but he's a Bab, and he's really good here. Shannon Babb in the 18 car. Saw him on your screen. Hudson O'Neal, as you talked about, winningest driver in the country, 13 wins. Babb, like that, to the top of the leaderboard, 13.219. Huddy follows him up there. Hudson second fastest, and Clay Stuckey third. Racetrack's starting to come in, DJ.
Yeah, it sure is. I talked to Shannon Babb in the pit area a little bit earlier. You'll be surprised to find out we talked hunting back in the pit area a little bit, absolutely. And I said, man, you had a really good car last night. And he said, yeah. He said, this piece right here is one of the best pieces I've had in a really long time. Confidence level was high, and it should be, because he's right now at the top of the leaderboard, as you mentioned, with a 1:3.220. By the way, as good of a lap as that is, he is still 1 full second off the track record here at Lincoln
Dennis Erb
Speedway.
Jr. said, give it up, boys. The 20 RT leads the next set out. Former Lucas Oil 800 Series champion, former FloRacing Night in America champion. It's Ricky Thornton Jr., Indianola, Iowa resident, currently in the Cornet Lightning powered Longhorn Knights companies. Bill Stein, Hoker Trucking, Elite Ready Mix, all sponsors for the driver who has 7 wins this year, third in the Lucas Oil standings. And in the cart number, we got behind him. We got the 19 or the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, out of Marshalltown, Iowa. The Allen Seamless Gutters, Hoker Trucking, Dynamic Drive Lines, Custom Fabricating and Repair, J. Dickens Powered Infinity by Wells. 4 wins this year for Ryan Gustin, and he's third in the World of Outlaw standings.
Well, a driver still seeking his first win in 2026 is behind him. That's going to be Carson Ferguson out of Lincoln, North Carolina, the 25-year-old in that Paylor Motorsports for Donald and Gina Bratcher, Hoopaw Grading Company, Coleman Farms Racing, Tribble Electric, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, sponsored number 93, and he'll be followed by a driver that got his first career super late model win back earlier this season at Volusia Speedway Park. That's going to be Michael Leach out of Sun River, Montana in the 09. Leach in that Dust Pod, Willow Ranch, Lonebro Motorsports, Olin Shocks, Longhorn Dynamics, VP Racing Fuel, sponsored number 09.
Watch them roll this racetrack in right now, trying to get right up against the fence, make sure that they get this thing sealed off the best they can for a wide racing surface. Meanwhile, Malino, Oregon's Justin Duty in car 15D rolls past the flag stand, the Pro Power Racing Engine Longhorn. First Class Septic, Don Frank Forrest, Darren and Mardell Williams, Jeff Stewart Trucking, and Robert Speed Company, all sponsors on the 15D for Justin Duty. The 33H behind him, that's Robin Huffman. I tell you what, one of the nicest guys we talked about today, DJ, down in the pit area, and good to have him here with us. The Rocket Chassis, the A to Z painting and decorating entry out of Midland City, Illinois, the 33H. He'll be right behind Justin Duty of Robin Huffman.
I bet he's going to come up on the screen in just
that car looks good. That's like got some Steve Francis flares. Does Justin Duty?
I talked to Duty about that out at the Wild West Shootout back in January, which seems like forever ago. Absolutely. By the way, how about his dad, John Duty, coming out to help turn wrenches on the car this week? I talked to John last night at Spoon River Speedway, and he said, Justin didn't have anybody to come out and help wrench on the race car, so John, being the good dad that he is, flew out here for the week to help turn wrenches on that 15 of son Justin.
So Ricky Thornton Jr. working off at turn 4. Racetrack, they're starting to move up at DJ, and Ricky Thornton Jr. third fastest, make that fourth fastest as Gustin goes third fastest here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Getting these race cars tuned up for Sunoco Race Fuels qualifying coming up a little bit later. That'll set the 4 heat race lineups. Shannon Babb, fastest time of the night so far, still 13.219.
This track just has to look like it is going to be one of those good Lincoln Speedway racetracks. They keep rolling it in, especially down here in 1 and 2 where it is curving up just a little bit in the middle like you talked about a couple sessions ago. They keep that thing rolled in, man. 3 and 4 is looking really good right now. Of course, we're going to have the modifieds come out here in just a few minutes as well. But they keep rolling this thing in and keep at it. I really, truly think we're going to have ourselves a really, really good racetrack here tonight. And, Ben, we've got another wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps making their way onto the Speedway.
Yeah, they're going to be led out by Kyle Hammer out of Clinton, Illinois. The Durham-powered Rocket Hammer Crypto Hub, Cooley Dump Service Service, Elite Contracting Services, Pee Wee's Record Service number 45. Had the wrong tire on for the heat last night. Talked to him today, said it was nobody's fault. It was our own. And, man, looking for better luck tonight. Behind him, how about it from the NASCAR Cup Series, Spire Motorsports driver Carson Hocevar out of Portage, Michigan, and the Chili's number 77, Ride the Dente, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, Delaware Life, and FloRacing entry. Cornet Lightning with a Longhorn power plant for Carson Hocevar. And how about this? You got one win on the year, and oh yeah, it was at Talladega Super Speedway.
Oh, by the way. Behind him is going to be the two-time and defending World of Outlaws Series champion out of Oakwood, Illinois, the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce. In that low-voltage solutions, Churchill Transport, Collins Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Way Services, Messiah Valley Transportation sponsored number 32, 8 wins this year for BP. And behind him, last night's winner, how about at Lincoln Speedway for the Rocket One of Brandon Shepard. That's right. And the Valvoline Swayburne Calf Ranches, Petroff Towing, Performance Grading, Franklin Enterprises, Ace Metalworks sponsored number 1 for B-Shep, Brandon Shepard.
All right, and behind him, the 11R out of Crittenden, Kentucky, the Vic-Hill-powered Longhorn for Josh Rice, MC Tank Transport, Glenwood Electric, JRR Motor Cells and Chain Locker, Ratliff Motorsports, all sponsors on that 11R. Two-time defending Northern All-Star champion. And behind him, how about Dylan McCowan out of Urbana, Missouri, the Scott Bailey-powered Longhorn, Sonic, Pomeroy Services, BLC Transportation, Empire Energy, Elite Construction, Heritage Tractor, number 8 for Dylan McCowan.
I talked to Dylan McCowan back in the pit area a little bit earlier today as well. I said, man, you had a really good car in the heat race last night, and he laughed. He said, yeah. He said, that was the only time we had a good car. He said, I don't know exactly what we did. He said, but we went the complete wrong direction in the feature. He'd been to Spoon River once before when he was running the Dirt Car Summer Nationals. By the way, look at the in-car shot from Carson Hocevar. And oh, by the way, that is a little chunk of that Illinois black dirt that you see there on the camera lens. And if you see that on the camera lens, I can guarantee you Hocevar has ripped tear-offs off with that same thing on it as well. What a cool shot.
Can you imagine, much less steering around here, but you got to grab a tear-off going down a pretty much non-existent straightaway?
How about the driver that is now fastest in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, the Rocket One, Brandon Shepard, with a 1:2.820.
They do love Sheppy here.
They love themselves some Sheppy, that's for sure.
Coming up next, it'll be Ethan Dotson out of Bakersfield, California. The ASD Motorsports, Jarrett Rifles, Taco John's. That sounds good for dinner tonight. XL4 covering Clements Powered Longhorn, 1 win on the year for Ethan Dotson. That came at the Wild West Shootout. Behind him, the 99 Junior of Frank Heckenus Jr. of Storage Squares USA into You Pull It Fast and all Dirt Oval 66 Vic Hill Powered Longhorn for Frank Heckenus Jr., currently second in the Mars points.
The next driver behind him is going to be the driver of, there's Frank Heckenus Jr., is going to be the driver of the number 60. Yep. He's got a push truck trying to roll on the outside of him. I would not.
Job.
Yeah, I would not advise that. And that's going to be Dan Ebert out of Lakeshore, Minnesota, and the James Trantina-owned Minnesota Truck Headquarters, Collins Brothers Towing, Amsoil, Fox Shocks, Woody's Racing, Mueller Electric sponsored 60 for Dan Ebert. Behind him, the driver out of Corbin, Oregon in the 14S. That's going to be Colin Weinbarger. 5 wins across 3 divisions last year. For the driver, the Schramm Brothers Excavating, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Reed's Automotive, Checkered Flag Asphalt, Skyline Ford, Longhorn with a Clements Power Plant under the hood, Colin Weinbarger.
How about car 58 riding behind him off of tire number 3 out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the Ken and Beth Roberts, number 58 for Garrett Alberson, the Brack Properties, Low Voltage Solutions, Bill's Sports Shop, Messiah Valley Transportation, Romer Machine and Welding, Bill Stein, Clements Powered Longhorn for Garrett Alberson. He got him one of those Wild West Shootout wins this year. And a driver behind him with 1 win this year, the 1T Turbo, Tyler Erb, at a New Waverly, Texas native. Clements Power and Heather under the hood of the Rocket. 4th in the Outlaw standings currently. The Best Performance Motorsports, Langenfelter Mechanical Contractors, First Class Septic, Anthony's Pizza, and Coles County Speedway. Number 1T for Tyler Erb.
How about, by the way, the Mars Late Models coming to Coles County Speedway here in just a couple of weeks. That ought to be pretty cool. Hopefully, folks get out and support that one.
Yes, sir.
And if you can, we got it live right here on FloRacing. Final wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Super Late Models. Up next, our good friend Mike Norris, the official voice of the Mars Late Model Series and the Fairbury Speedway. He's going to jump on board to call the Hot Lap qualifying session for the 27 modifieds that have entered here this evening.
How about Turbo's second on the board here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps behind only Brandon Shepard. He's got one more chance to be the fastest driver in Dirt Draft Hot Laps off turn 4. Can Turbo do it? Turbo, yeah, he cannot. He'll stay second fastest.
Yeah, how about Garrett Alberson third and Dan Ebert fourth off from this group as well. So this track is coming in pretty nicely here tonight at the Logan County Fairgrounds, and that's a wrap on Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Here this evening for the FloRacing Night in America Super Late Models, Brandon Shepard, the quickest in hot laps here tonight with a 12.819. Tyler Erb was second quick overall. Garrett Alberson third, Dan Ebert fourth, and Shannon Babb fifth. And we'll see if any of those drivers are able to parlay that good hot lap time into an even better qualifying time coming up just a little bit later on here this evening. We've now got the first, actually it looks like we got just about all the modifieds in the staging lane. They're about to make their way out on the racetrack again for a hot lap qualifying session. Mike Norris, welcome back to the microphone, my friend. Welcome back to Lincoln Speedway.
Yes, glad to have you. Thank you very much. And
you're glad to have me. Thank you.
Yeah, glad to be here, and glad we could get this underway. As 27, 3 groups, 27 modifieds here. They do it a little different. They're going to take the top 6 out of 3 heats. That's 18 cars. They'll take the top 6 out of a B main. That's 24. Might not even need a B main later on, so we'll just have to wait and see. But the norm here at Lincoln Speedway, not Norm Horn that used to be here at Lincoln Speedway, but the norm is starting 24 cars.
Norm.
So, yes. So 3 groups, 9 cars apiece, and boy, do we have some great cars as we did one night ago. Cole Falloway will be up first here in group number 1. Got a couple of drivers from Florida. The Bernhardts are here from Florida. Brian Bernhardt, a 9-time East Bay champion, both in late models and modifieds. Also going to be out there for group 1, former champ flying Brian Lynn. Marshall Call, the couple of weeks ago, he won the very first modified feature of the year. So good to have the Springfield, Illinois driver Marshall Call back and ready to go. Of course, Ray Bollinger, synonymous with success, is also here. Last year's winner, Drake Troutman, driving that Jerry Foster's car number 5 out of Hindman, Pennsylvania. He is also here as well, Drake Troutman. So we get set, and